What's going on, everybody? It's Ray from Just a Bit Outside Baseball Softball Podcast, and welcome to another episode of The Call Up. It is Monday morning. I'm filming this actually Sunday afternoon. It's about 5 o'clock my time. But if you're new to the channel, thank you for checking us out. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe so you don't miss all of our uploads. And if you're coming back to the channel, it is my goal to actually commit to posting multiple times a week. That is a big goal of mine. As you guys know, if you've watched the channel before, I am a school teacher. I teach fourth grade. The school year just started, so getting back into the swing of things, we're entering week number 3. So we've been in school now for 8 days, so we're entering our 3rd week of school. And outside of that, I also am a husband and a dad of 3. So finding time to make videos throughout the day is kind of a difficult thing. But I am really committed to making this a priority. It's been a priority, but other things kind of step in front of making videos at times. But let's get to today's scripture. If you clicked on the video, I hope that you are a believer of God, a follower of God. Maybe you're using this to start your day off on a positive note, or maybe you're using this as a door, an opportunity to get yourself into faith. And like I've talked about in past videos of the Call Up, there's a difference to me between church and having a relationship with God. And you don't have to go to church or be a part of a specific religion to have a relationship with God. What you need to know is God has already wrote your story. He created you to serve him, and he's going to do great things for you as long as you open your mind and your heart. So let's get to today's scripture. The scripture of the day says, "Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as working for the Lord, not for human masters." So, as you could probably see behind me, I'm standing in a house. You see wood behind me, everything else. So relating building a house, building a home to this scripture to me is, it says right there, whatever you do, work at it with all of your heart. So before you can even start building, you have to have that blueprint, right? You have to map it out. And maybe you have that idea in your head. Maybe you understand what you want to pursue in school, or maybe you know what type of family you want, or what type of spouse you want, or you know what type of business you want to grow and create and start. So there's your blueprint. There's your idea. But before you can even start building, you really have to understand that to get to where you want to go, you're really going to have to put that faith in God, and God is going to be your foundation. And once you do that and you understand that and you commit to that, God's going to help you build and grow as a person, and he's going to do great things for your life like we've talked about in the past. So you have your blueprint, you have your idea, and you have God as your anchor. You know, he's there to support you. He's there to comfort you through good and bad. And then once you start to build, your foundation is going to be strong, and that foundation is always going to be found in God, you know. But when you relate success, I had this conversation earlier today with my oldest son. Success is could be defined many different ways, and it depends on who you are as a person to find success. When I was in my early 20s, success to me was having a lot of money, driving a nice car, trying to have a big old house, and having more money than I know what to do with. Now, as I'm going to be 34 at the end of this month, success for me is supporting my family, making sure I have a stable income to pay my bills and put money away, making sure my family's healthy. You know, those are what's important to me now, and everyone goes through that, right? You might have different goals than you had when you were in your early 20s to now, and I'm sure when I'm 40, success will be completely different, and when I'm 50, success will be completely different. So defining success changes from person to person, but what you can't change is your belief in God and your faith in God. And when you keep him as your foundation and your block and your base and your anchor, he knows and you know what your priorities are. He knows and you know what your faith is in, and he knows and you know what you're willing to do and what you're willing not to do to risk all of what you stand for. So when you commit to something, do it with all your heart, and you're going to do that by believing in him, and he's going to help guide you through the process of getting to where you would like to go. And the second part of that where it says, as working for the Lord, not for human masters. The beginning part of this video, I've already said, God created you the way he sees you, the way he wants you. He already has a plan for you. So don't try to change that plan. He's going to do great things for you, and don't change for anybody. And I don't mean that as if your spouse is unhappy with who you are as a person, or maybe something that's going on, you should change to keep that relationship growing. But don't change who you want to be to fit in with a certain group of people, or to step over somebody, or to get ahead. I'm a real big believer in what goes around comes around. I'm a big believer in karma, and you're hungry for success, and the question always gets put to, right? Like when someone's successful and they're trying to talk to people about becoming successful, well, what are you willing to do? Well, there's a lot of things you might be willing to do, but again, having that faith in God, there's also going to be certain things that you're not willing to do, because that's not who you are, and that's not who you stand for, and that's not what God stands for. So why would you even want to do that? But the temptation is going to be there. The temptation is going to easily be there to throw someone under the bus or to step over somebody, right? But keeping God as your foundation, of a strong foundation, going back to that blueprint of where you want to go, who you want to be, it's really all about knowing who you are as a person and what you want to stand for. And money, fame, success, cars, big homes, all that stuff is great, but what price are you willing to pay to get that? And at the end of the day, like I told my son this morning, when you're dead and gone, no one remembers how many cars you had, or the amount of money you had, or the big house you had. What they remember is how you treated people, how you were as a person. So it's always better to be the person you want to be, because when your time is up and it's time to face God, who do you want to be? Who did you want to stand for? Did you live a life through him, of who you wanted to be and who he wanted you to be, of honesty and giving and being a good person? Or did money and fame and power and a big house and a lot of nice cars outweigh who you wanted and what he wanted? So all things to consider. Like I've said before, guys, everything that you're going to do is going to be through him, and he's going to be there to guide you and support you. And if you're a true leader, a coach, a teacher, and everything else, everything you're going to do is going to be through your heart and through him. And when you're a teacher, your kids are going to know when you're fake. When you're a coach, your players are going to know when you're fake. Your spouse is going to see when you're fake. Your kids are going to see when you're fake. So the expression "fake it till you make it," don't live by that, because you're going to be faking it, and you're going to be faking it, and you're going to be faking it, and everyone who's real is going to see right through that. And they're going to know that you're not passionate about coaching. They're going to know that you're not passionate about teaching, because if you're trying to fake it till you make it, your attitude is going to reflect your actions, and mentally you're not always going to be there. So when you commit to something, if you really want it, you're going to have to open your heart and fully commit to it. And when you do that, if you're trying to grow a business, or you're a teacher or a coach, I'm not trying to convince you to buy in. You're going to buy in because you're going to see how passionate I am about it, and that's going to be your buy-in. I don't need to sell you on something. If a coach or a teacher or your boss or someone that's trying to start a company, or you're trying to start a company and you're trying to get people to come work for you, or you're trying to sell a product, it might be an uphill battle, but they're buying you. They're not so much buying the product. They're buying you and who you are and what you stand for, and that goes back to, don't change what you stand for. If you have a mission statement and you have morals and you have goals, I don't need to change that for anybody. My passion in my heart, and through God, you're going to see what I stand for and what I'm about and where I'm going. And if it's not for you, that's fine. But I'm not going to change to get to where I want to go. And I'm not going to alter who I am or do things that go against what I stand for. So just things to think about. Don't change who you are. Don't lose faith in God. God's going to be your foundation. And if you let it grow, he's going to build you a beautiful house and do beautiful things with your life. So before we go, I want to give a shout out to all of our sponsors of the show, the channel, all those great things. 3 Nels. Christian apparel. If you ladies, men, 3 Nails is online Christian apparel, fitness apparel. So if you're looking, winter's coming, stock up on hoodies, leggings, sweatpants, all those good things to where you can wear it out or you can wear it in the gym and it stands for something. Other companies I want to give a shout out to, make sure you check out my boy Mitch from Hit Factory Athletics, baseball brand streetwear. If you're someone that's into baseball, softball, or you're just passionate about the game and you love to rep the game and grow the game, check out hitfactoryathletics.com. Mitch is coming out with a lot of good stuff. I don't know exactly what he's doing, but a lot of his newer stuff has been pre-ordered, so don't miss out on all of his merchandise that he's coming out with before you don't get your hands on it. Javier from Bit Brand, those guys over there are always coming out with new stuff, new custom gloves, batting gloves, shin guards. You can use my code there on all stock items, specifically batting gloves. So again, baseball, softball, parents, Christmas is coming, holidays, all that good stuff. So check them out at bip.com. And last but not least, Raised Decals. If you follow me, you see me post pictures. Raised Decals does Arizona Diamondbacks, San Diego Padres, Grand Canyon University, Arizona State University, Oklahoma State University. These guys are the real deal, and they were the first ones to do it. So if you're a coach, a player, and you're tired of having just a sticker for a decal, check out at Raised Decals. 3D pro grade decals. Pros wear it. Top Division I, men's, women's, helmets, softball, baseball, they do it all. Bag tags, they will hook you guys up. So on all platforms, make sure you use promo code OUTSIDE21 for Hit Factory Athletics, for bip.com, and for at Raised Decals. If you use the promo code for Raised Decals, it's for first customers only, one-time use. Don't try to be tricky and keep going on there. If you're a repeat customer, pay the full amount. So first time Raised Decals, Outside 21. Every single time, Outside 21 at Hit Factory Athletics, bip.com, Hit Factory, site-wide, bip.com, stock items only. If you're going something custom, you're gonna have to pay full price. And if you're looking for 3 Nails, again, Christian apparel, men's and women's, use the code OUTSIDE, no 21 on that one, just OUTSIDE, site-wide, and it will save you 10%. So, until tomorrow, guys, I hope you guys have a blessed day. Again, if you're a follower of God, I hope you use this to start your morning off right or your day off right or get going in the direction you want. And if you're someone that's trying to find a relationship, you don't have to go to church. Just open up a Bible and God will touch your heart in the way He wants to. And if you're willing to let Him into your life, He'll do great things. So, Ray, Just a Bit Outside, Baseball Softball Podcast. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, like this video, and turn on post notifications so you don't miss any uploads. Until next time, God bless.